Hello everybody and welcome back to FM24 with the Youth Academy Challenge with CD Toledo. It's our first home game of the season. Let's dive into it. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the 17th of August 2042. How old would you be in 2042? Let me know down below. It's our first home game of the season. We are taking on Alaves, who at one point were top of the league. They've won their first game 3-0. So it's going to be an interesting game, this one. Alaves, newly promoted. Not one of the greatest teams, to be said. Sorry, 4-1. They beat Ponferrada 4-1. Javi Gallego got 2, Aaron Brew got 1, and Oscar Miza got 1 as well. Now, we don't really know too much. I might get another scout to scout the league and just look at all the players that we're coming up against, because I feel like we should really know what's going on. He's quick. That's it, basically. He's quick. He's not the tallest. Jumping reach is really bad. And he's playing on the left wing. So we'll keep an eye out for Javi Gallego. Our first game of the season, though, was a very successful 2-1 win over Athletic Bilbao. Very, very happy with that one. It was a pretty even game. If we just dive in and have a look at the match stats, you can see them here. 14 shots for Bilbao, 13 for us, but 8 on target for us. Their next year of 2.27, but I don't believe that to be true. I still don't believe that to be true. It's obviously calculated in game, but the highlights didn't suggest that. I feel like we played pretty well, to be honest. Like Joe got a 6.8. Both centre backs did really well. Andreas had a really good game at right back. Akinde got man of the match. He scored the winning goal, so pretty much due. Dave Supreme not having a good game, but because Kazushi started in attacking midfield, which is something we're going to try and do. We have him also learning tries killables often with that vision, technique, passing. He's going to be an awesome playmaker. We're training him to play in this attacking midfield spot to give us a few more options in that position as well. The other one that we're looking at, Pedro Moreira, we're looking for him to place his shots. He's got really good finishing and composure, so he should be fine. Decision making is pretty good as well, so that should help him to place shots past the goalkeeper, which will be pretty helpful indeed. But yes, we're taking on Alaves, so let's go and have a look at what we do. We go to the data hub. They're playing in a 4-2-3-1. They've got a volante and a wing back on the same side. So our right hand side, because the volante is going to push very high and the wing back is going to come in here, so that should leave a bit of a gap. In fact, they're going to have a wing back pushing up this side as well. I'd like us to really attack down this right hand side. Both could be good. And then you've got 2 wingers, one on attack, it looks like, one on support. Looks like they're going to be getting crosses in using wing play. So we'll see what we can do with that. Alaves prefer outswinging deliveries to the near post, okay, and prefer to mark zonally on defence with the player covering both posts. Alaves prefer to leave numbers back in their own box on defence and commit lots of players forward when attacking. Okay, so I think with that in mind, oh yes, Pozzo is out for 2 to 3 months, picked up a knee ligament injury, which is very annoying. But the very talented Sergio Vallejo, the youngster, is going to come in for his run as well. So we're going to start a winger out here. Hold the width. Their left back, as I said, their left wing position should be pretty vulnerable. We're going to keep the system pretty much as it is. Kazushi, Akinde, Dave Supreme can all keep their spots. Everyone did pretty well. Andrew Neeson is still suspended. He's got one more game left of his suspension. But Joel Pozzo being injured does open it up for another player to come in. So we could call up Carlos Dorado, who's not looked too bad. He's got a lot of room to grow, only 21, but I think we're actually going to go for one of our other younger players, and it's probably going to be Jan Petric, because Mocha is already on the bench. Jan Petric, maybe Fintan Straight. We sort of need right midfield as an option, though. Maybe Jan Petric's already on the bench because he's not in here. Now, we don't... I mean, Connor can play right and there as well. Charlton Cumming would be a good one, but he's slightly injured. I do think Charlton Cumming could give us something in the forward. Or we go for Atli Berge for right back cover. I think that would be sensible, picking Atli Berge. Yeah, we're actually lacking a little bit of midfield, right? Enzo Navarro is in the B team. Again, really good physically, really lacking technically, probably not ready. Or, well, he's in the B team, so he'll probably never be ready for the first team. But, oh yeah, Jan Petric is on the bench. I knew there was someone that could play there. And Kyoka as well. So yes, we'll put Atli Berge on there. He impressed me in pre-season, Atli Berge. Yeah, he did impress me in pre-season. So this is how we're going to line up. We're going to have Moreno out here. We're actually going to tell you not to sit narrower. We're going to say stay wider. You should be naturally staying wider anyway. Yes, we're going to tell Moreno to stay wider to try and take advantage of that wing back. And then I think there's not too much else to worry about in terms of the system. But set pieces, they did a near post. They did an in swinger to the near post. So we'll put a man on the, or sorry, an out swinger to the near post. So we'll put a man on the front post to cover that. And I'm wondering, do we push one of these forward? Let's try it, because it says they sent a lot of men forward, right? And then when we're attacking, we'll leave one back. That's not a problem. And I think we'll go with that. I don't think I'm missing too much. The playmaker we can tackle hard. Oh, yeah, the inverted winger, Aaron Burrow. So Aaron Burrow, if we go opposition instructions, we are going to tackle you very hard. In fact, we're going to do both of those very hard. And then with these guys, we'll do what we always do with the back, so that we go and press them. And I think as the advanced playmaker, we'll kick you very hard. And we'll just show you onto your weaker foot. You will want to... They're going to want to put crosses in, but I also don't want to show them... Yeah, he's two-footed, so I don't want to do anything with him. We'll just go and kick him very hard. Cortina, again, two-footed. Let's go and kick him really hard as well. And Navarro, it said he's going to play as a poacher. Yeah, he's physical, he's got good finishing and good composure, so really we don't want to give him any sort of chances. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get Liam Hollick, who is our best centre-back while Andrew Neeson is out. And we're going to say, you're going to mark Navarro. So mark him tight. You've got very good marking. So we'll start with that. Let's get into the game then. We're going to be taking on Alaves, and you'll notice something else as we go into the game that we've done. So I do want to start Valeos. I think a lot of you are saying give him game time. He's a model citizen. He's going to progress really, really well. So let's see what he does. I'm sure he'll be nervous. I'm sure he'll be a little bit concerned with this one. But we'll see how it goes. So into the match we go. And we are, when it loads, in 2D. Because it's a lot easier to see tactically what's going on. But again, we won't do it for the whole season. We probably won't even do it for the whole of this game. But we'll see how it goes. Make use of home advantage. Go out there and get the result. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go into Maria, Moreno and Valeos. And just pump the fist and say you can do it. You can do it. You know, they're youngsters. Got a lot on their shoulders. So one win from one. We're looking to get, well, Kazushi on the ball is what we're trying to do here. And take and exploit the gap that they should have on this side. So Aaron Brew should drift in and this guy should push up. So we'll just see how, straight away Aaron Brew drifts in, goes all the way across to Albert, which means they're not playing short passing, I would suggest. Cortina, in it goes to Ibarra, under pressure from Phil Lewis. Now, what can we do here? We're not launching counter-attacks. We're letting our players decide when they want to counter-attack. And I think that is the right thing to do, which obviously is, if for those that are unaware, if you don't tick it, it lets your players' decisions attributes decide whether or not they actually want to go and do the attack. As Kike Andreas picks up, Akinde out to Valeos, Dave Supreme, Kazushi. That's what we want, right? I should have paused. If we just go back, if we just rewind this a little bit, you can see, because we get the ball at the back actually. So we'll go all the way from here. So Andreas, if we just slow this down a bit, because this is the stuff I want to talk to you about. So a loose ball, Andreas picks it up. What's Kazuchi here? We've got him as move into channels and take more risks with the ball because of his passing is so good. And what you can see is watch him drift. Akinde goes wide. He doesn't get drawn to the ball. The advance forward is sort of drifting this way and taking the defenders with him. And what we want is Kazushi picking up this sort of space to have absolute freedom with it. Now, Andreas is coming back to his right-hand side. Phil Lewis is pushing on. We've got the two centre-backs holding. Akinde is the ball-winning midfielder, just sitting in his position. Supreme is the roaming playmaker. As this ball goes into Kazushi, so Dave Supreme should move up as well with the ball. So it goes into Kazushi. There goes watch number 8. Dave Supreme's going to run up here. And now we should have options for Kazushi to pick a pass. He goes left to Moreno, who holds it up. Look how high Dave Supreme is now, which is fine. So Moreno comes across. Still going, Moreno. Shoots from range, not the best effort. But yeah, that's what we want the plan to do. The plan is to free up Kazushi to get on the ball and see what he can do. Kike Andreas with the throw. Dave Supreme into Valeos. Valeos into Kazushi. Kazushi can't quite turn to get the cross off. Back to Akinde. And Andreas is there. Xavi in at centre-back. Not my first choice centre-back. We will be a better team defensively with Andrew Neeson in the team. Kike Andreas. Here's Xavi again. We're keeping it pretty well. Again, we want Kazushi, but we've got, if we can move this, we've got an overload on this left-hand side. Liam Hollick brings it out from the back, looks for Moreno. Moreno, it's a dangerous pass, but he does get it through. Maria! Come on, 1-0. Not quite how I wanted it to work. I would have liked Phil Lewis to have that overlap, but we did create the space, and we did ask Moreno to stay wide. We did ask Moreno to stay wide out here, didn't we? And he did hold that width pretty well. Just about picked out Dave Supreme. That left the gap for Maria, and he fires it past Ruiz, and that's 1-0, and that is lovely. They can have some praise for that, and I'm enjoying what I'm seeing so far. So Andreas with a throw-in into Kazushi. Supreme on it again, and well, we're getting a bit lucky there, but Kazushi's picked up. Now we've got Akinde holding position, Phil Lewis out wide, Moreno sort of taking this defender away, one-on-one with the centre-back, which could be really good. If we can get Maria in again. Xavi holds it up to Andreas. Now we have got runners in behind. It goes back to Xavi. Xavi all caught on the ball. Not ideal. Now we look to see how our defence does, and Liam Hollick wins it really well. Moreno into Kazushi. Kazushi picks it up, gives it back to Moreno. Moreno cuts into the box and shoots. Good save from Ruiz. It just goes behind. Now I know a lot of you won't like 2D and will say this is being played too slow, but this is the easiest way for me to see tactically that we are doing what we need to. As I said, we will go to 3D at some point. Ball in, back post header over the bar. Yeah, unlucky. 26 minutes gone, 1-0. Down the other end then, Albert on the half-hour mark. Cortina, who's picked up a yellow card. Low cross, easy for Joe Page to pick that one up. Should take his time and just look to give an easy ball out. Just plays it out with his feet. Phil Lewis. Now, the other thing we potentially could do is look for an underlap, but they're keeping this defence pretty good. I mean, this is where maybe we take off shorter passing to use the width, because you can see we're trying to build it around. Cortina got a touch in on that. Kazushi's dropped deep to pick up the ball. Akinde finds Moreno. He cuts inside now as the inside forward. Dave Supreme nearly got that ball through. But again, we've got numbers back. We are pretty good with defensive numbers in this shape. Gallego puts a cross in. Navarro, well, he wasn't tall. He didn't have good heading. So I'm not too worried if they're putting crosses in like that. It's low crosses we're going to have to be worried about from this team. But yeah, coming 10 minutes till half time, we are playing some good stuff and being the better team. Phil Lewis with a throw-in, 5 minutes till half time. Kazushi. Again, options are available. He's got Akinde for an easy pass. He's got Phil Lewis moving up a little bit out here. We'll see what Liam Hollick does with it. So Liam Hollick just goes round to that left. We are focusing down the wings in this system. Goes to Liam Hollick again. Liam Hollick just goes back to Joe. He could go out to Phil Lewis. Lots of space on the left-hand side. Out here. And he does go to Phil. And now Phil runs up. We're going to have a 2-on-1. Phil Lewis comes forward. Moreno gave him a good move. Phil Lewis goes to the byline. Swings in across looking for Maria with a header. Ruiz with a save. Maria on the rebound. Couldn't get there. Well, he did get there, but couldn't keep it in. And it's still 1-0. But we get a corner. Kike Andreas. Moreno. Moreno is keeping hold of the ball away from Gallego. Akinde. Kike Andreas. Moreno on it again. Dave Supreme. Oh, good save from Ruiz in goal. We're putting on the pressure, and we do seem to be playing pretty well in this game, to be honest. Kike Andreas with the corner. Into Moreno again. Looks to turn. Does well. On the edge of the box is Akinde. Akinde! Good save from Ruiz. Yeah, we're playing well. I think we can probably come off 2D. I just want to make sure in the start of the second half we don't miss any changes that they're doing. Oh, that's a... Where is Joe Page going? I think he's offside. I hope he's offside. Because that is such an easy free kick. It's been awarded. Oh my God. Where is the marking? Where is the marking? And Joe, where have you gone? Where are you going? 1-1 on the stroke of half time. Completely against the run of play. Unbelievable. Point the finger. I mean, I literally don't like what I just saw. That is annoying. But I don't know how we're not winning. Keep working. Keep working. I'm not going to say anything else. We're not going to change anything at the moment. We will go to... we'll keep it on extended. We'll go a little bit quicker and we'll go into the sideline view. That's probably a bit too quick for 3D. So we'll go with this. I mean... yeah, we're not getting Valeos in the game as I would have liked. Phil Lewis into Akinde. We're still going to try and keep on top of things tactically from this view, though. Moreno, good ball. Kazushi, not a good first touch. Ruiz can just hoof it long. That's easy for Phil Lewis to bring down. Back to Joe. Joe Page out to Xavi. Xavi hosts it out to Andreas. Andreas to Valeos, holding that width. Dave Supreme, good ball into Kazushi. Loads of space for Moreno. And Moreno's in. Moreno! Good save, Ruiz. Their keeper's having a blinder, to be fair. The system is working. They've just had one free kick goal, which is very irritating. Aaron Brew into Moreno. You can see here, this is their inverted wing back. If we can just... where is... see, Valeos is there. He's so deep defensively. Really don't want him to be that deep, and I don't know why he is sitting that deep as Cortina has made it 2-1. Honestly, how we're losing this game, I do not know. I do not know how we're losing this game. Moreno out. They had an overload with Albert, but it's just... I think that comes down to player attributes, but we have been on fire. We've been on top form in this game. Right, I think we have to push it a little bit, right? So we're going to go... we're going to take a risk here, and that is going to throw a few more people forward for the underlaps to try and give our wide players a little bit more support and to stay wide. So Dave Supreme into Valeos, back to Kike Andreas, cross to the back post. Moreno, Kazushi! Their goalkeeper's having a blinder. Their goalkeeper is stopping... literally everything other than one shot we've had. Kike Andreas into Moreno. Gives it back to Kike Andreas. We've put all of our men in the box. Katrina with a good tackle. We've been done by one little lapse of defence and a cheeky quick free kick. So it's cleared away. I mean, we don't really need to leave... the underlap should be fine. We don't need to leave people back because they're not leaving anyone forward. Liam Hollick, Akinde, Supreme. There's an overlap there for Valeos, but... Dave Supreme went for an outrageously tough pass. As it goes forward. Oh, Liam Hollick's lost out to Navarro. His shot goes past. I mean, he got a block on it. I'm going to tell us not to pass into space. I don't think we need to really rush it like that anymore. Let's get an inside forward on in here. Valeos still okay. Nah, not amazing. We'll bring on Kyoka again. Had good pre-season. Anyone else having a shocker? I mean, Xavi... oh. We'll bring Miguel. He's shorter, but he'll do. He'll do at the back. Liam Hollick. I mean, Joe, 6.1, man. I don't want to blame you for both goals, but it is sort of suggesting that you are at fault. You're definitely at fault for the first one, Joe. But, I mean, look at this. 12 shots to 6. They've scored 2 goals from an XG of 0.5. Another free kick. It's another cheeky short one as Ibarra. Oh my... how has he run through there? Come on. Our defensive set pieces have been absolutely awful. Right, we need to take some risks. So we are going to go to the counter as well. They're really not... They might be a threat in behind, but we need to force this. Right, we're playing with 2 inside forwards now as well. So let's... overlap it and see what we can do. They've changed to a ball-winning midfielder and a wing-back. Maria corner in. Moreno heads it down. Dave Supreme! Come on, 2-2. Don't you chalk that out. You let theirs stand. Don't you chalk that out. It's not. It's been awarded. Come on, 2-2 with 10 minutes to go. Maria into Moreno. Great header down for Dave Supreme. 2-2. Right, I think fresh legs could win this for us now. Akinde on a yellow card. He can come off for Atlia Berge in there as the defensive midfielder. Miguel Moreno just got an assist, but I'm going to risk John Parsons out there. Big, tall John Parsons at the back post for a header, potentially. And we're going to go Phil Lewis off. And we're going to bring on Mocha for a very, very... actually, no, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're going to put Atli back here. They can switch over because Andreas can play there. And then we're going to go Dave Supreme as the holding midfielder, Kazushi as the roaming playmaker, and Phil Lewis off for Crimson Mori. And then you are going to go on to attack. And we are going to go for the win. We're going to go for the win. Come on, demand more. With 4 minutes to go, we have absolutely battered them in this whole game, basically. Injury time, 5 minutes to go. Long, good header. Kyoka, Parsons. Parsons held it up. Morea, yes, come on. Pedro Morea makes it 3-2. We've gone for a bit of the jugular. Now what do? I think I don't know what to do. A really good header in midfield. Kyoka into Parsons, and on his debut he's going to have an assist, but that was all down to Morea's good footwork. Lovely finish past Ruiz. 3-2. We're giving our home fans a bit of a celebration here, aren't we? A bit of joy. Right, don't need to overlap anymore. We can keep the ball a little bit more. Don't need to counter press and counter. In fact, let's hold our shape as well. And out of possession, we can drop this down. Let them play it out from the back if they want to. So we're not changing too much about the way we play, but I think our strikers may have just bailed out Joe, to be honest. Full back on support. Kazushi, we know, can play the defensive midfielder role because he's done it. Crimson Mori can drop as an advanced playmaker on support. We'll go Kyoka to drop down inside forward on support. And we could pass into space, actually, and try and hit the advance forward. But they haven't really changed too much of their system. So Parsons swings it in, headed away. Morea shoots. Oh, Ruiz. I mean, their goalkeeper has had an amazing game. He's had an amazing game. But some tactical tweaks there look to have pulled this out of the bag for us. It's going to push us up to second place this early in the season, which is absolutely amazing. As Kyoka lays it in. Crimson Mori flicks it into the back post, and that is full time. 3-2 is the win. We deserve it. It's a very much deserved win. 16 shots to 8, 8 on target to 3, an XG of 1.6 to 1. We hit the woodwork once, 5 shots off target. Yeah, good. I mean, we're lacking a bit of a focal point up front, but I don't mind that when we are focusing our play down the wings. But yeah, we didn't let them get out either. A good performance against a team that were, you know, 1 for 1 as well. So technically, we've taken points off a title rival. But yeah, third place, 2 games, 2 wins, a goal difference of +2. We are off to a fantastic start this season. And hopefully we can keep it going. Obviously, we've got very tough games coming up. And I guess we'll come back for maybe Madrid or I think we come back for Sevilla because they are a bit of a rival, right? As I said, we're going to play a lot more games live on camera this season. We'll be back for that Sevilla game. I'll see you then. Please leave a comment down below if you enjoyed the video. Leave a like. And if you are new, please do subscribe and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.